The land of Uz had grown quiet after long storms of suffering. The skies, once torn by questions and sorrow, now rested under the heavy silence of men who had spoken too much. Job sat among ashes, his friend silenced by the weight of divine mystery. And then a new voice rose, not from age or status, but from conviction. It was Elihu, son of Barachel the Buzite, of the family of Ram. But before the world heard the passionate voice of Elihu, there was Barachel, a man whose story stands quietly in the shadows of Scripture. His name means God blesses, and though the Bible does not give us many words about him, his legacy resounds through the son he raised. Barachel was a man of wisdom, a Buzite, descended from the eastern clans known for insight, understanding, and closeness to ancient truth. He was not a king nor a prophet, yet he carried a quiet strength, a steadfast devotion to the fear of God. In the home he built, truth was not theory, it was life. Reverence for the Almighty was not tradition, it was breath. From his tent among the plains of Ram, Barachel taught his son to honor the Lord above all, to listen before speaking, and to know that wisdom is not measured by years but by the presence of God within. In those early mornings, perhaps beneath the rising sun or under the watchful stars, Barachel would tell Elihu of the ancient stories, the flood, the covenant with Abraham, the majesty of the Creator whose voice thunders over waters and commands the lightning. He did not push his son toward status or fame. Instead, he nourished in him a spirit of discernment. He taught him how to stand when others fell silent. He prepared him not for the applause of men, but for the approval of heaven. So when Job sat in dust, surrounded by older men speaking flawed wisdom cloaked in tradition, Elihu burned with a fire that had long been kindled. And when he spoke, the scriptures recorded him not only by name, but by his father. Elihu, the son of Barachel the Buzite. That one line carried the weight of honor. For in naming the father, the word acknowledged the foundation. Barachel had not spoken in that gathering, yet his voice echoed in the conviction of his son. The blessing in his name had not been in silver or gold, but in raising a son who feared God more than men. In the realm of men, Barachel may be forgotten. But in the divine tapestry of Scripture, he is sewn in as the one who prepared Elihu, the only man among Job's company who dared to speak with clarity and reverence. Sometimes, the greatest impact comes not from what a man says, but from who he raises. And though Barachel's words were never recorded, his legacy lived through the speech of his son, whose voice echoed truth and whose heart trembled before the Almighty. Barachel's story reminds us that even the silent ones, the humble fathers and faithful mentors, shape the course of spiritual history. For in the fear of the Lord and the training of the next generation, their reward is not in their own names, but in the fruit of righteousness that lives beyond them.